to all of my guys, girls, gays, theys, and everybody in between. Welcome to the ShElite Showcase. I, of course, am your host with the most Z, shaman of ShElite, the hardest working woman in podcasting. You'll hear why when I plug my stuff at the very end of the show, I promise. I, of course, am Miss Katie Kinsey Bay.
Baby.
Thank you very much. Joining me today, the one who couldn't think of something creative to put as her header.
Right? Yeah, I couldn't, guys. Sorry.
That's all right. She'll make it through her whole rundown, which I will do for you guys right now. My lovely co-host, the Young Bucks Nation sensation, the fire breathing, the Rhodes family, and the spice of life, the sassiest senor that I know, the hangman Adam Page, to my widow Adam Cole, baby, Miss Y2 Garcia Savannah. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just sick and freaking tired of this triple digit heat. I know, no, it's not even August. I keep thinking it's August. It's September, but it is technically still summer. I know fall doesn't technically start until the 20th, the 21st, somewhere around that time. But it doesn't matter. El Paso doesn't care because it's still gonna be hot. So I'm not keeping my hopes up that it's gonna cool down anytime soon.
True. And if you want to hear that conversation we were having, because we do like pre-show stuff sometimes. If you're watching live, twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase, youtube.com/ShElite Showcase, you can watch live, and you can go back and watch the beginning, and that's when we were talking about that. We were talking about weather and holidays for a solid 15-16 minutes, so if you want to hear about that.
We were talking about things that happen in Texas that don't happen anywhere else, apparently. But I thought it would happen everywhere else.
Cut to the episode, What is a Confetti Egg? That was
one of my favorites. Yeah, confetti
Still don't believe it.
Whenever I go meet Katie up in Pennsylvania, I'm bringing confetti eggs, even if I have to make them myself. You can make them yourself. You just food coloring mixed with vinegar and then eggshells, and then you just glue some tissue paper on top with confetti inside, of course.
Ta-da! Of course.
Confetti.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Ta-da! All right. You guys know, so we're here. A few things. Let me get rid of that. One. It is September, which means it is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. That is very important here. That is very important to us every day. Hence why on the screen you will always see the Suicide Prevention Lifeline and the Crisis Text line always on screen, always in the description of the videos. Talk to someone if you're not feeling in high spirits. Never linger in that feeling. Never dwell on those low moments. Talk to somebody, reach out, use those lifelines, use a friend, family member, teacher, therapist, whatever.
Someone's always there. Someone will always be there.
Someone's always there. Hell, you can DM me.
Yeah, I was going to say, for me, it's Katie. Katie's always there for me, whether it's just, even before we started going live, I was venting to her about nothing serious, but little things that were just kind of the little roadblocks, little bumps in the road from today alone. From stuff like that to when I'm a sobbing mess, from something that's going on. I always go to Katie, and it's good to know that if Katie's not available, I do have somewhere else to go. I have different options, and you do too. There's different options.
Exactly. So with that being said, like I said, always in the description of every video, every audio, right under the little description of the videos, those are the first two lines that you see every video, always, forever. Because we support that. Mental health over physical health. That's a shirt that I made. Forever. It's on the thing. It's on our Teespring. Go buy one. I'm going to talk about it more towards when we do our question of the week stuff, but we hit 2 years next week.
That's crazy how far time goes.
Yeah, because it's roughly around, I believe it's next Saturday is officially our 2-year anniversary, but timing-wise, obviously. Yeah, so everyone keep that in mind. think about that. We will talk more about that towards question of the week stuff. But let's get into some news and rumors.
Oh boy. Remember how I said last week that if, wrestling could just kind of give us a little bit of a break? They like almost didn't listen.
It's like they said, no, fuck that. We're just going to give you better.
Yeah, exactly. We were saying, could you just give us a break after all the shit we went through the week prior? No. They just gave us these. They were like, they gave us Nick Jackson's, yeah.
Have you seen Freaky Friday? Like the one with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah.
It's basically like when she's like, could you like chill for a sec?
Yeah, basically.
That's how I feel.
But go on, Katie. Let's see what happened.
Now, I will give you the option. Do you want me to start with that stuff or end with that stuff?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what would be a better transition. A little segue to, you know what? Let's end with it, just so we can immediately move on. So that way I don't have to, honestly, well, I told Katie, I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna say anything.
She's not gonna slander anybody.
No, we don't do
She's
that.
growing. Yeah, she's in her toddler stage.
All I'm saying is that the shirt was not out of pettiness. Obviously, y'all know me and Hangman, number 1, number 2. It's what I wore to school anyway, so I wasn't gonna change it. It's a wrestling shirt. There you go.
And honestly, your little thing blocks most of it anyway. So
just a shot. You just see shot.
It's just shot.
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
Shot. Someone doesn't even drink.
Yeah.
I do. I'll take shots for her.
But yeah.
Okay, so I will save all of the brawl in ramifications and things for last. So I will move on. This past weekend was Payback. I was there.
Yeah, Katie was there.
I apparently, I haven't seen footage of it yet, but Queen PR reached out. Shout out to Queen PR. She asked me if I was there. Apparently, I was seen.
I tried to find you, but I couldn't. I was like looking more for you than at the match. I was like, "Where's Katie?" I was scanning.
If anybody like goes back and watches anything, if you see a man, he was a very nice man. He was in overalls, but they were like the American flag overalls. I was right next to him, so if you see him, you will see me.
Where was this at? If you were looking at like hard cam wise, if you were
hard
looking
cam, I mean, I was like row G, not on the floor, so like above it. So I want to say, and I was more towards the. Okay, so if you're watching it, I was more to the left.
But you were on the hard cam side.
I was.
I know it wasn't. I was gonna say. I know it wasn't floor or anything, but still. You still got pretty dope seats, Katie. I'm just saying. Oh, yeah. That just tells me if we ever go to a pay-per-view together, you cover the tickets and I'll reimburse you because you're good again.
I got this. Listen, I get club seats every time. Those seats were comfy as fuck. I paid like maybe $200 some bucks for that seat.
That is not bad. That's not bad at all.
I could see the entire time.
That's you can't
yeah.
do for this.
I talked about it in the Payback vlog. Guys, go watch it. It's great. I had to edit some of it because I immediately got hit with a copyright claim.
I saw that. I saw your Twitter. You're like, it's going to come up soon.
It's because I filmed all of Nakamura's like anime entrance and they immediately claimed it. So I cut the middle part so I have the beginning and the end of it now.
Oh, gotcha.
I was like, you dicks, you got me. It was so good. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So Reek literally I don't even know if he's here. He's called me out in a group chat. Fuck. All right. Good to know. I also can't be checking my phone right now. God damn it. Where was I going with this? Payback. I was there. Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Senior Money in the Bank, who I'll get to in a second, Damian Priest, your new undisputed tag team champions.
I was not.
I was shocked.
I know. I was like, what? I was thinking, oh, shit's gonna go down. It's gonna happen. It's gonna.
I was not. Guys, I bought this ticket months ago.
We get it, Katie. You go to all the pay-per-views. You're going to Mania. You went to Payback. You went to SummerSlam. Bet you're gonna go to the Superstar Spectacle in India like this weekend.
Yes, because I can get there right now. You're right. I have to work tomorrow.
Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe not. Are you gonna work from home?
I can't work from home.
I know.
You know where I work. I'm
No, yeah. No, I know. That's the joke. South Park has made a joke about that. Like, working at a stand and the workers are like, oh, I'm going to work from home. And you're like, well, how the fuck do you work from home? You got to be there.
I did. Bro, especially like we got a big order on Sunday, like over 3,000 stuff that I make. Yeah. And it's disgusting. Also, high heel tactics. It smells like broke people in here. Shut up, Jesus. But anyways, we did not expect Judgment Day to walk out with those titles. JD Funko Head ass got involved. Rhea speared KO through the fucking barricade.
Bro, I know. And
she was whack.
And she still had a match.
That was crazy. And she still had a match.
Yeah, because it kind of made me think. I was like, wait, I thought Rhea had a match. And then, no, wait, she does have a match. But she's still, getting shit done for the boys because she is the leader of Judgment Day. She's the only world champion. We got tag team champions. She got a mid-card title. She's the only, she's the only top dog there.
That's my champion. Yeah. JD for JD says Vince, who's on YouTube. Shout out. So we got that. Also, will you guys leave me alone? Hashtag Katie fat stacks. No, Katie is running paycheck to paycheck right now. Katie's struggling because she spends too much money.
Oh no!
Neither here nor there because I don't know how to save my money anymore.
Oh, same here.
So before we get to Monday Night Raw stuff, All Out was on Sunday,
and it honestly surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it. I found an alternative way to watch.
There's some things.
Yeah, there's some things.
Because I'm gonna be honest, y'all, Katie didn't fucking pay for it. 2 weeks
ago. Yeah, and Savannah didn't want to go half with Katie because nothing wrong with about going half with Katie. She'll be honest. She'll be like, I need half, and I'll be like, sure, let me get you the money.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, dude, I just spent money and I'm still broke, and it's just literally when I sent her the all-in money, or my half of the all-in money, my caption on Venmo was because TK can't get a streaming service, but his life depended on it. I was like, he needs to. Because come on, Tony, we can, and he wants to do this every year. He wants to have All In and All Out a week apart from each other every year.
Because it's a bank holiday in the UK and a bank holiday in the US. Fuck off, Tony Khan.
I know. Pick your battles, bro.
But All Out, yes. I did catch a 0 hour. I caught bits and pieces on Twitter, and then I went to the movies.
Nice. What'd you watch?
I went to see Talk to Me, the one with the hand.
I don't think I've heard that.
No.
Or I've heard.
So it's
maybe more detail.
So it's like the same people who made, or the same studio that made like X and Pearl and those movies. Basically, it's just like this possessed hand, and they like have to hold it, and they have to say like "talk to me," and then they see ghosts and shit. It wasn't bad.
Okay. I've never heard of it, but
honestly, a little more gore than I expected. But like still pretty good. Wasn't bad. I kind of just sat there. I was shook. A lot of stuff had me shook.
You know what I am looking forward to though? The new Exorcist movie. I'm looking forward to it. That shit looks.
I'm going to see Nun 2 on Saturday.
Oh, can I be honest? I know this isn't a horror movie podcast, but I didn't like the first one. It was way too slow. I was just like, get to the good shit already.
That's what the second one's gonna be. Like,
gonna be what the first one kind of lacked.
Yeah, because like the first one was more lore, and then this one's gonna be like, what the fuck happened after?
That is true. But that new Exorcist movie, I still go see horror movies. I see horror movies and I'm fine, but I'm legitimately kind of like, ooh, get the creeps with this one. It looks really good. Where my dad was looking forward to it. We're probably going to make it a whole family thing. Whoever wants to go see it, we're going to go to the midnight showing. It would have been better if it came out on the 13th, but the Swifties took over, man. The Swifties.
They did.
The Swifties came in and took the Friday the 13th away from the horror night. I don't know why they couldn't just...
favorite number is 13.
Oh, that's why. I was like, but like they could have done the 13th. They couldn't have done the 13th of another month. The Swifties would still come through and
Yeah.
sell out or whatever.
I might have to go to it. My friend's like, you have to come with me. I was like, fuck. Okay.
You can't. You gotta boycott it, Katie. At least until after the 13th.
Well, yeah, like, well, I don't know when she wants to go, but she's like, I got tickets. It's either her new boyfriend has to go or I have to go. So, let's see. All in,
And
all
I
out
agree
should be
with
6 months
Vince.
apart. Agree.
So hold on. If All In is in August, then September, October, November, December, January, February. Technically it's around Revolution, but fuck, have it in April. You know what? Have it in April, because you know what? And you know what? Have it in the middle of April, because guess what? I will never have a wrestling pay-per-view fall on my birthday, ever. Because WrestleMania is always like the first couple weeks of April.
April 6th, April 7th.
Yeah, maybe,
Usually.
okay. No one has a pay-per-view in the middle of April. No, maybe someone has, but I just don't know. Like, I don't know if it's Impact or NWA or AAA. I don't know. But companies that I would like to go see on pay-per-view, none is going to happen on my birthday. So that's when All Out or All In should be, one or the other. Preferably All Out because it's in the States.
Exactly. I'm just going to speed roll through Matt's comments real quick. Katie DiBiase out here saying every ticket has a price. You got movie money on top of vacation and pay-per-view money. I pay $10 a month for the Cinemark Club app, so I get a free ticket every month.
That's
so I use my free ticket. It's actually the best thing I've ever done. And if I go to the movies like 25 times this year, then I get upgraded to premium for free.
I use my dad's so I can get the discount because movies be expensive, man.
Movies be expensive. I get 20% off concessions with that app.
Yeah, we use that too again because water be like $6 at the freaking movies.
$6.
That's why I sneak in my own candy. That's why I sneak in my own pickles because that's the thing here in Texas.
Oh my god. So he was talking about The Nun. The first one's awesome. Katie paid for a private screening of Talk to Me. Get out of here. I went to the 10 o'clock showing. No. As it should be April 5th, and the surrounding dates have earned Mania. That's also true.
That is true, but that's what I'm saying. If AEW could squeeze a pay-per-view into April, come on. Full Gear's in the middle of November.
Yeah. But why I brought up All Out, to get back on track.
Right.
In the main event, which, again, I didn't watch, but I heard was phenomenal.
It was so good, Katie. It was so good. It's exceeded my expectations so much. Not that I had little faith in Orange or Moxley, but I was just like, oh, okay. Good way to rebound from what happened. So I was like, all right. I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, this is good. It's a title match. Orange Cassidy has this long run going with the title, and this is Jon Moxley. He's all reliable for AEW, so it was good. But oh my god, it was so much better than I thought or expected.
Because I say in the main event, and new international champion, I'm not doing the whole Justin Roberts thing, Jon Moxley. Honestly, I want to say I'm shocked, but I'm also not shocked.
Yeah, he is literally the ace of AEW. He is the ace. He's the go-to. He's one of the top stars. I literally talked about this when I recorded my episode of Light the Fuse. We kind of talked about it in detail. Jon Moxley has main evented, I think, more pay-per-views in AEW than anyone. I literally went back and listed every single pay-per-view AEW's had, and Jon Moxley, I think, was in 10 of them.
I believe it.
He's always the main
champion 3 times. 3?
Yeah.
2.
3. It's 3.
3.
Yeah. It was the first time, back in 2020, and the second time, when it was interim, but he eventually became, the official champion, and then after All Out last year, it was the third time. So 3-time champ, bro. Jon Moxley.
Which, I mean, hey, I give the man props. He's never going on vacation, but...
I know. Jon Moxley, they said, yeah, vacation, I don't think so.
They said, vacation my ass, bro. You gotta fucking stay and work.
It's like the Pawn Stars meme with Rick Harris saying, best I could do is, and then whatever. Best I could do is, mid-card title. Best I could do is mid-card title. You still gotta show up for work.
Yeah, but hey, he wasn't the one to bleed the match.
I know. I was like... I know people people speculate. Every time
No,
someone
speculate is correct.
speculate that whenever someone bleeds with Mox, that they're joining the Blackpool Combat Club, and apparently Orange bled with him. But John Moxley didn't bleed, so did he technically bleed with him?
Ooh, loopholes.
Yeah, that's what
Got you
I'm
there,
saying.
guys.
But yeah, but it would be a very interesting thing because very opposite kind of characters, you know. Orange Cassidy's
in
not
the BBC.
Blackpool
Crazy.
Combat Club material. Nothing against nothing. That not that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's very
They're,
opposite of what
like you
Orange
said,
is.
they're completely different, and like I love
Yeah.
that. So that was like the only title change to happen at All Out, and then just a few little WWE things before we get into the big stuff. Piper Niven apparently is not medically cleared right now. I saw someone say it was just like an illness that isn't like she's not good right now, like to wrestle, so she has to wait. But like again, those tag team titles are fucking cursed.
Notice how it's happening to everyone but Chelsea though.
Yeah. Carmella got
Yeah.
pregnant. Sonya tore her ACL. Piper Niven, illness.
And I'm pretty sure there's more to it. You know, Liv Morgan got injured. Liv Morgan got injured when her and Raquel were champions. Bro, Chelsea, you know what? Just make Chelsea the tag team champions. She is the tag team champions. Like Team Hell. Yeah, like Team Hell no. I'm the tag team champions.
Exactly. I get it. I briefly brought up Senior Money in the Bank with his new
we talked
Money
about
in the
it.
Bank briefcase.
We talked about it. The custom briefcases. Keep making that happen, bro. Especially if you have something like the Judgment Day where you have a clear direction, a clear image of what a custom briefcase would look like. Clear. Yeah. I think it looks great. I love the purple. Of course. It looks fucking awesome.
I love that like that's just become like the Judgment Day is all purple. The middle of our screen is Judgment Day.
Yeah, literally. The Judgment Day is within us.
I mean, Rhea's right there.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I love that briefcase, and I like how it says Senior on it.
It does. It like just like spray painted kind of. It's nice.
I do like it.
Christopher Jackson Denver. Hi ladies, keep up the amazing wrestling podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As of today, your longest reigning intercontinental champion of all time, the Ring General Gunther, which, listen, I'll talk about it when I get to my Wrestlers of the Week, but holy fuck, that match was incredible.
I know. Dude, it was so good. They should have had it at Payback. I thought it was going to happen. And then they're like, no.
So did I. Bastards. It's all right. Fastlane's coming. Gable's taking it. Gunther got the record now. Let Gable take it.
That's exactly what they did with Nikki Bella and Charlotte. Nikki won. She thinks she won like via disqualification or something. She found some sort of roundabout way to win. Yeah. So, but you know, and Stephanie had to come out to say, you know, Charlotte, yeah, you won, but you know, it was through disqualification. I think that's what it was. So she's like, so still, and the longest reigning, you know, Divas champion. Yeah. But then immediately after Night of Champions or Clash of Champions, it was Night of Champions. It was Night of Champions. She won then. So yeah, it kind of made sense. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I need y'all to listen to me. Give it to Gable. That's all I gotta say. And speaking of WWE, they released, I don't know if it was like a statement or emails or anything like that, but the Endeavor deal, so that combination with UFC, thank you, is apparently going to be closed. It's like they're officially going to close everything on the deal next Tuesday.
Oh shit, okay.
So come next week's mainly going to be 2-year stuff and celebrating, but I might throw in some news and rumors depending on if shit hits the fan with this.
Yeah.
We'll see. So I guess we'll see either next week or in 2 weeks, or just as the weeks go on, what happens with this.
Yeah.
Because apparently there's going to be quite a bit of people not happy, releases.
It's gonna be maybe a bloodbath. Maybe.
I guess we're gonna have to wait and find out. Let's get to the AEW news. I already talked about Mox. Before I get into CM Phil and the brawl in, as of today, the biter himself was officially let go from AEW.
Are you serious?
Deadass.
I've been trying to stay away from Twitter. I didn't delete the app because I'm like, I'm not gonna stay that away, but I moved it from like my social media little folder on my iPhone to this other obscure folder that I never use. And it's like you have to slide a couple times so that way I'm not obligated to like, or like it's not there in my face saying, click me. So I'm like, I need to stay away from Twitter for a bit. I know I'm never usually on Twitter. I'm a lurker. I'll lurk, but I won't tweet. But now I think I need to stay away from Twitter. Like there's been shit that I've seen, and not stuff directed at me personally, but the stuff I see on both ends, I'm just like, this is so overwhelming and stressful. So I was like, I need to stop. I need to get off of Twitter. I need to stop lurking.
Jesus said, I just find it funny. There's a deal with Endeavor company that wishes people the best.
Exactly. That is hilarious.
That's probably why they named it that. I hope that's the reason.
Okay, but go on, Katie.
Yeah, so for those who have been living under a fucking rock, let me explain to you what happened at All In It, bruv, 2 weeks ago.
Apparently, what happened?
Allegedly. So again, I've said this on, I think Smack and Rhymes. I
was gonna say other places,
other shows. This is all allegedly speculated. None of us were there. No one is going to get a clear-cut story of what actually happened backstage. That's what people have to remember. It's always going to be he said, the truth, other accounts spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Everyone remember that. Everybody put your thinking ears on. Your listening ears only, kids. So, All In It, bruv, happened 2 weeks ago. The last match on the 0 Hour was Jack Perry, as Reek immediately chimes in, free Pepsi Phil. Jungle Boy Jack Perry has the last match and says the quote, it's real glass, cry me a river. Now, to backtrack for those who don't remember, there was a discussion, a loud argument perhaps, about Jack wanting to use real glass in a spot, and Punk and some of the other guys were like, yeah, you probably shouldn't fucking do that. And he was like, I want to do it to, get heat. I'm a heel. Da 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 da. Cut to All In It. He does. Real glass. Cry me a river. Whatever. The first match, which, sidebar, TK is a fucking menace to society for letting all of this card happen. Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Punk, Kenny Hangman, and then the Bucks. Why would you do that? You put Phil in a horrible situation, my guy. Why would you surround him like that? That's just bad planning. Because, they had to all interact backstage. Gorilla's not big. So that helps for future reference. So the first match on the All-In card is Punk Joe. Fantastic fucking match. I love Samoa Joe. And, it did its thing. Matches go on. Hangman, Kenny, Ibushi. Yeah. I was like, I almost said Takeshita, but I was like, that he was on the other side.
Yeah. I was one of the Japanese guys.
There's so many names in my brain right now.
It's okay.
And then Punk, she's doing good. She knows what she's doing. She's being very good, and she knows that. I'm very proud of her. And then it was Bucks FTR. So it was probably during one of those two matches, all the fucking reports are coming out from dirt sheets saying, again, this is where it's all speculated, allegedly's, etc., etc., etc. There was an altercation, allegedly, between Pepsi Phil, CM Phil, whatever you want to call him, Punk, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Now, whatever account you read, it allegedly went like either Punk went up to Jack Perry or Jack went up to Phil, and then a shove happened, a choke,
a bump apparently,
a bump.
like a shoulder bump, you know.
Like Jack Perry was choked out, point blank period. Like that was the one that was the common denominator, is Jungle Boy got choked out. That's the common denominator here. Which, damn, you got your ass choked out. That sucks.
By not even Samoa Joe, who chokes people out.
Literally.
Or his girlfriend, who chokes people out.
Yeah, not even by the Queenslayer Anna Jay, which, you lucky son of a bitch.
No, but I was saying, remember that's her thing? Oh, I'm gonna choke you out. So
she said, I remember her clearly saying it to Brandy all the time. It was so funny. So that all happened. Everyone's just like, holy shit. Twitter explodes because another fight backstage, alleged fight backstage with Punk involved. This leads to Tony Khan coming out on Saturday, right?
And Collision, yeah.
At Collision. So
in Chicago.
Here's how I found out. I'm at Payback. I'm at the Superstore talking to my friend who works for WWE. I'm talking to him just before the show. I go on Twitter and I see a statement from AEW and Tony Khan saying Phillip Brooks, they used this man's government name. Phillip Brooks has been released basically from AEW. And I said, look at this. And my friend took my phone and went to show the other workers in WWE.
He just took it?
He just took it. He was like, I'll be right back. And I was like, can I have my phone? So he gets released on Saturday in Chicago. Guys, again, Chicago held Collision and All Out 2 days in a row.
Brave. That's all I'm going to say.
I will give TK credit for going out there and taking the majority of the booze away from the talent who didn't deserve it. Because they didn't fire Phil. They're just trying to work and get a paycheck. They didn't do anything wrong. So I give Tony Khan credit for that. But this is where Tony Khan was, I guess, saying I can't say it was true, but he feared for his life. Punk allegedly lunged at him. Monitors apparently fell. This all happened in Gorilla, guys. In between Punk, Joe, and Jungle Boy and Hook. Like, in between all that shit.
It's like minutes apart also.
Minutes. Minutes apart, and all hell fucking breaks loose backstage. Like, it's
I wish because I saw a thing. Look, I'm not even gonna be mean. Look, I'm just saying this is what was said. That apparently there's footage. There's footage out there because that's kind of what made like them determine come to the decision with the whole thing. And now everyone wants to see the footage, because of what Tony said. They're like, I need to see it. Like, I guess people want to see Tony fear for his life. I don't know. I want to see the footage because that's another thing, that there was footage there.
Hashtag Phil was set up. Phil was set up, though they baited that man and he took it. That's on him. Hashtag Jack Perry is an instigator.
You know what? I have so much to say on this, but I even have my own conspiracy, sort of unrelated. I was talking to Katie about it earlier, but I'm not going to.
Here's Matt's theory. Punk went into his office and flushed his coke into a straight edge fit, and that's why he got fired. I like that.
No, yeah, and this is obviously just fucking around and stuff, but I legit, I don't want to say it's a conspiracy, but I'm just thinking.
So let's round this out.
Yeah.
Punk gets fired. Jungle Boy has been suspended indefinitely. People were like, well, why doesn't anything happen to Jack Perry? Something did happen to Jack Perry. He got choked the fuck out. He probably didn't even swing. So obviously he's not getting fired. And somebody made a point. This is also the second altercation that has happened backstage, again, allegedly, with Punk involved, a year apart. So that could also be what led to his firing. And Savannah brought up a good point. There is CCTV footage of this shit happening. And I would like to know why we got Ricky Starks backstage at the fucking Royal Rumble so quick. Where is my footage from this? Guys, come on. Like, where is it?
It's there.
Also,
I just don't think I want to show it.
Rick said, how's his father? Asking for Christian.
Christian Cage is the most amazing menace in this world. I love it.
I love it.
Like, did you see the clip from the media scrum? He shows up and the first thing he says, "How's everyone's father doing?" I was like,
which if I was there, I would have got up and left. I'm like, how fucking dare you? Like, I'm leaving.
I want to meet this guy just because of all that. I'm like, bro, like.
No, see, I don't, because he would just like smell that on me. He'd be like, something's up. I'd be like, I don't know.
He knows. Christian knows, man. It doesn't.
He fucking knows.
Yeah. Or I'd be
like, no, thank you.
Like, see, this is like, again, Twitter could be the like one of the funniest places, but also like just one of the worst places to be. But what people were, someone tweeted saying that when his dad dies, he's gonna get a Christian Cage cameo. I was like, why?
That's
he said he's like, my dad's all right, but I'm just saying if when he dies, I'm gonna get a cameo from Christian.
Like, why would you put that evil out there? Like, why are you putting that into existence? Like, oh, when, like, no. As someone who hates their father, I would never say it out loud. I'll think it all I want. I'm never gonna say it out loud. But yes, so to wrap it all up in a tiny little bow, Punk, gone. Perry, suspended. The Biter, gone.
Well, to be fair, the Biter was only brought back because of Punk, so.
Which I literally would have thought he's been gone for fucking ever. Until I saw that shit today, I was like, he was still there. What? Oh yeah, it was due to the discipline committee, which allegedly, I guess, consisted of Christopher Daniels, Aubrey Edwards, Matt Hardy, and like one other person. Just a random fucking committee of people. Like, why is that your discipline committee?
I didn't know they were. I didn't even know they were part of the discipline committee.
That's what I saw. I don't know.
Christopher Daniels kind of makes sense because he's like talent relations, so that sort of
that would make sense. Yeah,
yeah, but
he has been talent relations since they started, and he's like 60 years old and has been in the business for 50 of it. Like, I was like, that makes sense. But like, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Was that committee, I guess, got together, read everything, saw the footage, or was there. They put forth the, I guess, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not there. All I know is that, and I have been saying this since it happened, I'm fucking over all of it. I don't give a flying fuck what happens backstage anymore, especially in this company. I don't give a fuck about Punk, the Elite fighting backstage, Perry, Christopher Daniels, Matt Hardy, his stupid bitch wife. I don't give a fuck about any of it. Listen, Rebby's a bitch. I'm just being honest.
I will say though, like, you know, obviously I wonder where I stand on this. But I will say, his wife has no business talking about shit like this. Like, that's just instigating. Like, why? She just, listen, like, I see her post on Instagram about, like, you know, she's like, oh, when CM Punk does this or whatever. I'm like, why? Like, when you name drop him, you do these little stupid skits. You're not even in the company. You're just Matt Hardy's wife, okay? Like, just, like, you of all people need to, like, just not talk about it. Or share your 2 cents on it.
Sorry, I'm opening my candy. Okay. I need candy. And again, before we get into fucking today in women's wrestling history, because we've been talking about this too long. Also, but hold on, what did Jesus say? Agreed. Fuck Rebby. Which I don't even care. Like, she can see this and say something. I don't care. Like, the shit she has spewed, especially when, like, Ashley died. Yeah, no, she can suck my dick.
Like, she just inserts herself in places that she has no business inserting herself to, especially when it comes to wrestling stuff. Like, ma'am, you're a stay-at-home mom at this point. So nothing wrong with that, but you have no business talking about wrestling the way she does. Like, I remember She was talking all this shit about the Thunderdome. She's like, oh my god, it looks like a huge FaceTime call. I'm like, who fucking cares? Your husband's not even with the company. Like, why are you talking this shit?
Slay. Yes, pretty Kyle. Yes. Slay.
Yeah, and I'm just, so again, just instigates, like brings up shit that she doesn't have any business bringing up.
Yeah, and you know what? When that bites Matt Hard in the ass, that's her own fucking fault.
I was gonna say he could pay for the consequences of her actions. You know, he might not, like, he'll still be a wrestler, obviously, but any higher up position he might have, he could lose because his wife is saying all this stuff that's unprofessional, and because of the relation, the relation to Matt Hardy, it could, I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
I don't know.
Sometimes you just need to shut up, which is why I haven't really said anything that I want to say about the whole situation, but I'm not.
Because Savannah loves me dearly and knows that I'm so fucking over this entire situation.
Yes, I do love Katie. I love Katie. I'm doing this for you, but also just because, again, it's like Twitter, just so many people arguing, like people on like very polar opposite sides. I'm just like, again, and it's overwhelming and it's stressful. So I'm not gonna put myself into that kind of a situation by bringing stuff up, even though as much as I like to share my full thoughts on it, I'm not going to.
And that's why I've always said I'm on no one's side. I'm fucking over it. Like, you all need to sit down and shut the fuck up.
Katie's on, like, Katie's just on Rhea's side, just
I'm on Rhea and Adam Cole's side.
On Better Than You Bebe side, that's it. With the
Which?
With kangaroo kick and double clothesline.
That's all you need in life.
Yeah.
I need to use a never mind.
Everyone just needs to be like Orange Cassidy, bro. Just whatever. Just thumbs up.
Honestly, if everybody just acted... No, I need everybody to act like Toni Storm. Chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe. That's it.
I freaking love Tony's character, yeah.
I adore it. It is my favorite thing right now.
It gives me Cruella de Vil vibes. Like, have you seen like the live action movie with Cruella de Vil? Like, it kind of reminds me of that.
Wait, yeah, Rhea is right here. I don't want to move her because she's gonna fall, but because they're holding each other up. No!
Just point at her. There you go. I was like, just
there she is. It's a bad angle, but yeah, Rhea's there.
Wait, cool.
Cool, baby. But yeah, she gives like 1920s, 1930s movie star, like Betty Davis type shit. Yeah. Y'all didn't think I knew that shit, huh? I'm fucking smart. Just, you know what? You can save your comments or just message me your comments privately, please, sir. Alright, anyways, now that we've been talking about this shit for too fucking long, let's move on to the rest of the show.
Alright, what's the rest of the show again?
Oh, just today in women's wrestling history. Today, of course, is September 7th. Raw 2020. Crazy that you brought up the Thunderdome.
Thunderdome, yeah.
Crazy. It's like you knew. Savannah, this happens every time.
It does. I just know what you're thinking, Katie. I know what
it's either this or it's the question of the week. You somehow just like you get it. Because we've been doing this for 2 years, guys.
Yeah.
Also, thank you, A to the K Wrestling Show, for joining. Hello. So we got 4 women's matches.
Okay.
I know.
I was like, wow. Because some bookers, wrestling bookers, think that more than one will taint the perfect card that they so-called built. Did you see that at the media scrum? And I'm sorry, just really the all-in media scrum. Someone asked why they couldn't have added another women's match, not even on like the 0 hour. And basically, he didn't say it like this, but he basically implied that having another women's match would have tainted his perfect card. Which the card wasn't perfect, and that it could have made it better, or it could have made it perfect with more women's matches. But
yeah,
he basically just said, "Fuck women's wrestling. It's not for me." I was like,
also,
wow.
Tony Khan can just suck my dick because you definitely could have added a second women's match on there.
Oh,
you could have had 2 women's matches on. He didn't have 2 matches on All Out, right? He had 1 on the 0 hour
and 1 on the main card. You could have had Statliners and Soho's match on at All In, and then have something else for All Out, like some sort of, because that was the throw all the matches together after All In. That was that kind of pay-per-view already, so.
Yeah. But so we got Peyton Royce defeating Billie Kay, because this is when they were feuding.
Yeah, I remember that.
Asuka and Mickey defeating Lana and Natalia, which CJ Perry Lana is now in AEW. Hot, flexible wife, baby. Which I was actually shocked she finally showed up.
But apparently it's not a long-term thing, apparently.
Really?
According to Tony, he said at the media scrum that she's not going to be there too often. Yeah.
Don't bring her in.
Yeah, I know. I'm just sure.
I was at Paybacks, like I was at the movies, so I didn't even see the scrum.
I didn't watch the scrum, I just see the clips on Twitter.
Tony Khan. Then we got Liv Morgan and Ruby Soho, Ruby Riott and WWE, defeating Shayna Baszler. And then there was a no contest with Liv and Ruby and Nia Jax. So I don't know I don't remember like how that happened. I do remember this, if I'm remembering my timeline correctly, this is when Shayna and Nia were tag team champions.
I think so, yeah.
So I think that's kind of why. And that's when they were having a little bit of dissension between the two of them, why they had two separate matches and it was handicap matches. Yeah, that sounds right.
I want to say yes, but I could be wrong.
I trust myself. Sure. But y'all know what time it is. It is Wrestlers of the Week time, baby. Savannah, you get to go first this time, my dear.
Okay, cool. A lot of stuff happened, 2 pay-per-views, Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, all that happened.
NXT that Savannah doesn't watch.
Yeah.
That's okay.
There we go. Okay, so for tag teams, despite me just saying that a lot happened, I still only have one. I'm going to give it to Mr. Finn Balor and Senior Money in the Bank. Damian Priest, they won the Undisputed Tag Team Championships at Payback. Not expected, but I was really like, holy shit. Yeah, and it was a very good match. It was so good. Even with KO and Sami Zayn coming out in the hockey jerseys and Michael Cole calling them Pittsburgh Steelers jerseys.
Which, fuck you, Michael Cole, how dare you?
Yeah, of course, Corey Graves, basically roasted him for that because, that's Corey's hometown, right? Pittsburgh? Yeah, so there you go. But really, really good match. I freaking loved it. And I thought this was going to be when they broke up or something was going to happen. I thought Damian was going to cash in, but then they won the title, so I was like, oh, no, he's not going to cash in. But congratulations to them. Finn Balor is now Grand Slam Balor. He's now a Grand Slam champion, so congrats
Grand Slam Finn.
But yeah, they are my picks of the week, the Judgment Day.
It's crazy that you say that because I'm going with the people they took the titles off of.
Oh, okay.
I'm going KO Sammy for a multitude of reasons. One, that match was fucking fire. And they showed up in a Lemieux and a Crosby jersey, which, if you know Pittsburgh Penguins history, our two best players, they tried to get a Yager jersey, but, they wouldn't let them wear a Yager jersey, which is fucking stupid. But I digress. We got a hockey fight in Pittsburgh. Not a hockey night, hockey fight. Which... Yeah, fucking love hockey. All of that. Kevin Swanton off the
table. Fly.
Them in the ring with Finn with the trash can, and then hockey just dabble tapping the ring and just beating the shit out of him with kendo sticks. It was so good. It was so funny. I just loved it. I loved being there. Again, I didn't expect, Judgment Day to walk out with the titles.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it, because now, there's a lot going on with...
They have all the gold, or most of the gold. They all have gold. Not all the gold, but they all have gold.
They all have gold. They have quite a bit of gold.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I gotta go KO and Sammy for mine.
All right, good choices, though. Good choices. They both put on a really good match, both teams, it takes 2 to tango, so.
It takes 4 to tango. Actually, it takes
2 teams.
4, 5, 6, 7 to tango.
That is true, because
multiple people.
Oh, yeah, because JD McDonough came out and...
Funko head looking ass.
Yeah, whenever I see him, it just makes me laugh because of your comments.
He literally looks like a Funko Pop, Savannah. Like, tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, he's the one you said looks like flashback kid Georgia Lopez, right?
It's one of the truest statements I've ever said in my entire
Yeah,
existence.
that one and the Jay White one,
Diego Luna!
Yeah, dude, it's
Every time I see him, every time I see that entrance, I'm like, oh. Anyways.
Okay, for my womanses, I have two. They both won their pay-per-view matches. First one, she opened the night with a hell of a good steel cage match. I'm giving it to the man, big time Becky Lynch. She is one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time. She's one of the first women's wrestlers I absolutely grew to adore and love. She is awesome, and she basically closed her chapter with Trish Stratus in one of the most badass ways possible with that steel cage match. I will say though, I also give props to Trish because oh my god, that ugly bump on her head after the match, like poor Trish. Oh, I was like, but really good match. They absolutely set the standard and set the stage for the show with that opener. And it just goes to show that women's wrestling, can main event, they can open, and they can do a fucking good ass job with what they're given if you give them the same love as the dudes.
I mean, it's fucking true. So Becky is one.
Yes, and the other one is Chris Statlander. She has a good run with the TBS championship. She's, looking very dominant. This nothing personal against her, but I don't want, unless it's as active as Orange Cassidy's, I would not want her title reign to be as long as Jade's, only because I would want to see other women, get a championship, especially because it doesn't seem like they're going to give the women another title. Like, they could do some sort of intercontinental title or something with the women.
They
give them another
one match a show, Savannah. They're not going to give them another title.
I'm just saying, fuck yourself, Tony. Just do it.
I agree.
Because, I was going to say, I was talking about this on my the Fuse episode. The men have, about 6 to 7 championships total, and the women have 2. So I'm like, come on, you can throw in another title in there. Again, some sort of intercontinental championship. Yeah, another one. If you can't do tag team championships, just do another singles one. Just
something.
Yeah, but Chris Statlander is definitely, showing that, she is champion material. And I like this in comparison to what Jade had, because Jade was a lot of squash matches. But Chris Statlander is people are getting offense, people are almost beating her. They're more than just a few minutes. So I'm loving Chris Statlander's run right now as the TBS champion. So she's my other
woman, Chris Statlander.
Yeah,
which Jesus, love Chris Statlander. She is one of my honorary mentions because I had a feeling you were going to pick Stat, and so I didn't. And it's funny that this happened. So you picked Becky.
Did you pick Trish?
Trish.
Yeah.
Trish kicked ass at 46, 47 years old, I believe, in that steel cage match. Her first ever steel cage match. And hit a widow's peak. Shout out to Victoria.
Yeah.
I was so excited to see that. I was like, no fucking way. I was so happy. Y'all know me. I love Victoria and I love Trish. So seeing that homage, and Victoria and Trish have been tweeting back and forth all week about it. And she even did the crazy hair spot after too. I was like, see, this is why Trish is fucking incredible. Y'all, and she did give a bow. Hopefully this isn't the end for Trish. I hope she comes back again. We get another run out of her. Her and Zoe can have a little feud. Possibly, perhaps, maybe.
Maybe question mark.
I hope so, because I don't want Trish to go yet.
No one wants Trish to go. I'm selfishly wanting her to wait until I can at least see her live once. So please, Trish.
That was the first time since Survivor Series, whatever fucking year it was in Cleveland.
Really?
That I went to that was the last time I saw Trish live.
No, I need to see Trish live at least once.
It's a sight to see. I thought she damn near died on that spot at the top of the cage where she flew back and her legs were up there. I damn near had a heart attack. I was like, Trish, no. Yeah. Mama, no. I got scared. I was very scared. So Trish is my one, and then obviously I gotta go Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I saw her live. She speared Kevin Owens through a barricade, defending her men because she is the real leader of Judgment Day.
Guess she is.
And then went on to have a, my opinion, banger match. Raquel is why people didn't like it. I will say that with my whole chest. It's Raquel's fault. It is. But Rhea kicked ass, took names, took down her biggest challenge to date. Yeah, it was the shortest match on the card, but who's surprised? Because Trish and Becky got 20 minutes. That's where all the time went for the women. They only get X amount of time, and they had to divvy it up. So
right.
No one's surprised. But I still liked it. I got to see Rhea live wrestling, and that's always a sight to see for myself. And, you know, she really, like, showed on Raw that she is the leader. Like, she's the one telling them in the back, like, no, listen, you two are going to go, like, Balor, go with JD, figure it out. Damien's going to go with you. Dom, apparently go talk to Jay and see what that's about.
Right? I was like, she's the ringleader. She's in charge.
She's a puppet master.
No, you did the belt.
Hey, now. It's a different type of show.
But come on, she's mommy for a reason, right?
Listen, she was giving fuckboy energy on Monday, and I was about it.
Yeah.
It's the way she was sitting, and god damn, that woman. It's not fucking fair. Buddy Murphy, you lucky son of a bitch.
I know,
He
right?
can fight, so I can't win that one. I know he can fight, so I'm fucked.
Just get Seth Rollins involved. Remember, he was the Messiah.
You know what? I'm gonna have to make a call. Colby.
Yeah.
All right. Who's your manses?
I have two.
Okay.
They were in the same match. It was a fucking good ass match. And I'm gonna give it to Mr. Starks and the All-American Nightmare Dragon Jake Long, Bryan Danielson.
Yep.
He and Ricky Starks absolutely killed it with that strap match. It was so brutal. Just the sounds when they would hit each other with the strap. The ending when freaking Danielson had Ricky Starks in the label lock with, I think it was just the strap around his face first, but he wasn't baiting, he wasn't tapping. So he freaking takes the strap and wraps it twice around his neck and just pulls. And so Ricky Starks, and it kind of took a while for Starks to pass out. I was like, shit, man. But it was a really good match overall. It was fucking fantastic. And props to Daniel Bryan for having that kind of match as your first match back in like 2 months. Apparently he's back early. I don't know that, like
he was back like a month or two early.
That's fucking crazy. That is crazy. And he still put on that kind of match. And he didn't miss a beat. You wouldn't have thought that, he was gone for a few months or a couple months. So, good. Yeah.
Hey, we stand the All-American Nightmare Dragon Jake Long Bryan Danielson up on this podcast.
Yes, we do. He's also an ace.
It is your goal by the end of the year to try and say it that fast.
Dude, I can't even do the Jeff Jarrett one, so I don't think I'm able to.
J-A-R-R-E-T-T.
Yes, I can't do that either fast. So
I mean, well, because you know how many times I had to hear Matt do M-A-T-T-R-D-D-E-R, like.
I guess that's true, but
it's still. It's like just repetitiveness in my brain. That's just like, oh, you can do this fast. Go ahead, keep going. It's like I can do the alphabet backwards, and people are like, "Why do you know that?" I'm like, "Just cause."
Why not?
Like, I thought most people did.
It's a special skill.
Like you know the alphabet backwards, right?
Yes, but I have to I can't do it fast.
That's okay. That's fair. I was like, "Ooh, talent show."
No. I just can't do it fast.
Next week. We'll do it next week.
Oh, no. All right. Well, yeah, those are my two manses.
Good solid choices. Good solid choices. 1. Orange Cassidy. He does not have a catchphrase, which is my favorite catchphrase.
Yeah.
He's so nonchalant about it, and it's kind of just like, I wish I could be that mellow sometimes, because I'm fucking crazy. As you all have seen, like the amount of look, here he comes, M-A-T-T. Riddder. Wow, it's like I knew. But like he just has this charisma, this cheeseme. Yeah, bet y'all didn't think I knew that word, huh? He's got this
Not gonna lie,
cheeseme
no.
too.
Wait. You said cheese man?
Yeah,
It's not the
is
way
that
I
not?
would use the word. Cheese man is more like.
I've heard it a few ways.
Okay, well, the way we use, at least in my family, the way we use cheese man is like it's tea, like
Gossip. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
gossip. Oh, what's the cheese man? So that's why if you like gossip and stuff, you're chismosas.
Mimosas.
Chismosas, not mimosas, but I'm pretty sure that's
Mimosas.
what you drink while you're discussing the cheese man.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I
there you
want
go.
it.
Chismosas and mimosas.
But Orange Cassidy, like I said, I didn't watch the match, but like I saw clips of the match he had with Mox, and it was fucking phenomenal. Um, he was your most defenses of a champion in that company for a reason.
Yeah.
Like Cassidy put the division on his back and ran. Like people can say it was Mox and Brian and all these people, but it was also Orange Cassidy. Like Cassidy held that shit down.
He also brought a whole new value to that title, to that international championship. I remember people were like, "What the fuck? We don't need another title." But
yeah,
Orange said,
like, "Wow, what is this title? The All Atlantic Championship? What? Weird." But now it's basically like Gunther brought prestige back to the IC title, made it like the title, especially because Roman's gone for a while. Sorry, joking on nothing. So like that's exactly what Cassidy did. Like he brought this title back up. He's at the level with like the world championship.
Yeah.
So good to Orange Cassidy. And I gotta go with my man Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Put his heart and soul into that match. And
so close also.
It was phenomenal. There's a reason it main evented. There's a reason the crowd has been behind Chad Gable for a long time, specifically for this. He is Kurt Angle in 2023.
Yeah, he is basically. You know what's funny though? Because you brought up how he's gonna win it at Fastlane, especially now that Gunther broke the record, which I really hope he does. I'm not saying that this is like, oh, he's not going to, but if that happens, that just means that Chad Gable's gonna finish the story before Cody Rhodes.
Everybody is finishing their story before Cody Rhodes.
I like how that's also
and it's my favorite meme.
I was gonna say everyone's like, "Oh, even this person finished their story before Cody Rhodes," but I'm happy for him. He deserves it. Or I'm gonna say that ahead of time because he's obviously gonna deserve it when he wins.
Oh, of course. But like I said, Chad Gable just really Shorty Angle. Yes, Matt. Shorty Angle.
Shorty G. Remember when he was that for a while?
I unfortunately do. And I gotta give props to Jason Jordan because they showed a video of them in the back before Men in Era started, and they were talking about American Alpha, and like I teared up a little bit because I was like, if Jason Jordan wouldn't have hurt his neck and basically been sidelined since then, imagine what American Alpha could have been.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, it breaks my heart, but like Jason Jordan's killing it as a producer. He's produced some of the best matches off the top of my head. I couldn't fucking tell you. Him and TJ are absolutely killing it backstage as producers. Both men have had neck injuries that ended their in-ring career too, which is just
that's
terrible and sad. But the fact that they can still help produce these fantastic matches and just be there to support their friends, like Jason Jordan's there to support Chad, who they've been together for 10 years. Like they've known each other at least.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Like down in NXT together, and then they finally started tagging, and then American Alpha was the thing.
They were like the tag team on SmackDown because I know it was Heath Slater and Rhino. They won the first ever. They were the first ever SmackDown tag team champions, but that was the whole because it was the whole like, oh, I got kids bit which I thought was hilarious. And then I think at some point America Alpha came to, I don't know if they beat Heath and Rhino specifically, but I know they soon became the champions, and they had a good run with those titles.
Oh, I can't remember who they beat either.
I want to say long.
I want to say they beat Slater and Rhino. Somebody can fact check me after the fact. But I want to say
good choice on Chad Gable.
Oh yeah, fucking. All right, let's quickly and briefly talk about the question of the week. It's not really a question of the week. Right. It's more so just like a comment of the week. Like I mentioned, it's hypothetical. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, we, Savannah and I, reach the 2-year mark of ShElite Showcase next week. Which is crazy to think about. We have, like, I have some statistics. I have stuff that we've done over the from last year's 1-year celebration to now, or to next week. I have some stuff we can talk about. A lot of new things were added to the channel in that year span. So next week is going to be a little celebration like we did last year. So I'll tweet about it like this week, the rest of this week and next week too. Bless you.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Thank you.
So like if people want to send stuff, they can. We would appreciate it if you want to. So right. Next week is going to be a celebration of this past year, and I'm just, if there's something specific that happened this past year that you guys want us to talk about, let us know, and we will talk about it. And just I guess the question I'll ask is, Savannah, are you ready for next week for 2 years?
I don't think anyone's ever really ready for everything or anything. So, I mean, because it is a huge milestone. 2 years. I would have never thought I would be podcasting, let alone for this long. But, it's something that is definitely more celebratory than, it's not like something where like, how do I put this? It's not like graduation where like, yeah, it's a big milestone, but it's also the end of your college era. So it's, slightly sad there, people, there's some tears. I feel like it's a moment where you just celebrate. It's just all happiness, there's no tears, and I'm looking forward to that. It's just crazy that time has gone by so fast. That just means that, 2 years ago I was barely 20. And, that means even earlier, before we got to the 1-year mark, it means that I had to have been maybe either still 20 or about to be 20. So the fact that, if I'm doing the math correctly, I could have been, she doesn't sound ready. Hey, you're supposed to be the advocate. No. But for the special counsel, since Paul Heyman's that now. But
it's not giving Thea Hale energy.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm not Thea Hale.
No, it's okay. She's saving it for next week.
Yeah. Also, I'm just very tired, so maybe that's why I'm not ready. I should have said aye, Captain. Damn it! I should have said aye, Captain.
You want me to do? Because you said let's run back.
No, I'm just kidding.
Are you ready for next week?
Aye, Captain.
There we go. Gotta get a SpongeBob reference.
Yes, I fucking love SpongeBob. But yeah, I think I'll definitely be more like ecstatic and ready next week. And if not, I'll make sure to drink an energy drink so I could be like up for it, like up and energetic so I can go. Maybe I'll even get like a double shot of energy from the place I go to get my energy, my Teenergy, my tea. So I'll get like a double shot of energy there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely.
But it's just crazy. And it's crazy how, just looking back, even before we started podcasting together, that, it took us being thrown into a group chat together for a COVID challenge that we did on Instagram about the Young Bucks. Mm-hmm. It went from that to barely kind of talking to each other to you telling us that you're doing a podcast. And then I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool. So I would tune in every week to see you. Yeah, sorry, Kyle, but I literally only started watching SmackDown because of Katie. Okay, that's
okay. You're not the only one.
because of Katie. So I was like, this is so cool.
Oh, fuck.
And I would get so happy when you would read my comments because I was like, oh yeah, it's almost like interacting. That's the closest we got to real interaction before we actually did sort this.
Yeah.
Over video. So I thought that was so cool. You got me so invested that I freaking subscribed to the Patreon because it was in a way supporting you. So I was
Which
like,
you better not still be subscribed to that goddamn Patreon, Savannah.
but but I don't know, a long time ago. But but
I remember.
yeah. So it went from that to just watching you, and then you invited me to be on just as a guest because I was like, this would be so cool to try out. So you had me do like a Raw recap, and I think we did one Dynamite recap together, and then next thing you know, we were doing our own show. They're not even doing our own show. The idea of a show came up, and now here we are 2 years later with our own Patreon, with over 200 subscribers on YouTube, with technically, do we have enough followers for Twitch affiliate? Yeah, exactly.
We do. I have to look into it. Like, I know there's like some logistics about it.
But the fact is that we have enough followers to do it.
Yes.
So it's just crazy how far we've come. And I probably should save more of my thoughts for next week. But yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm just so grateful that you took a chance on me, even though we technically didn't know each other too well. I'm just some toddler, as you call me, from El Paso. So the fuck do I know?
You have grown, and you're in your terrible twos.
Right.
Your terrible twos.
Terrible twos. Next year I'll be a three-nager.
Oh shit. Oh no. Yeah, it was a again, I'll save most of my thoughts for next week, but I'm pretty sure it was a pay-per-view recap that wasn't live, that I had you come on with me because I was like, Savannah, like, I really need someone to do this with me. Do you want to hop on and do this? And you were fucking terrified. You were so scared.
It was Survivor Series. It was the predictions.
Mm-hmm.
And we weren't even live. We just recorded. And I was so nervous. But it was so much fun. And that's why I was so willing to do the recaps. Because I was like, yeah, I got through Survivor Series predictions. I could do it.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
And here we are. We started on that channel. 10 episodes over there. Which the fact that we did 10 weeks of the show on there before, I was like, oh, see, that's crazy because, like, I gotta go. I gotta go start my own fucking thing here. Which, yeah.
You started all ShElite wrestling.
That, yep. ASW.
Yeah.
All ShElite wrestling. That's us.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, so next week is going to be... Oh, yeah, I was fielding offers. There was... after fielding offers, yes. I had many people reaching out to me, trying to get me to work for their show, work with them. Young Kings.
That's crazy. Could be me. It could not be me. It couldn't have been me, Katie.
It'll be you when I start getting you out there and reaching out to people.
I know, right? It's just a lot. First of all, I'm barely kind of managing my own shit right now with class. I think once I graduated and kind of get my job going and kind of figure out a schedule from there, where it's not like I don't even know what days of the week I'm going to have classes, or at what time. When I get more consistent, then I feel like it'll be easier to manage and work around that.
Which we will cross that bridge.
I'm getting close, which is getting fucking scary, man. I'm getting close, but
listen.
That's neither here nor there. This is my escape, bro. So yeah, like
we're doing this. We're doing this shit. We got this shit on lock. 2 years. Shit, y'all saw what we did in year 2. Fucking wait until year 3. I'll leave it at that. And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We really appreciate it. Savannah, tell people where they can find you. You're this way. Tell people where they can find you and all that jazz.
You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at y2garcia_. If there's an underscore, that's not me. Maybe you could find me on Patreon. I'm thinking of maybe gonna try and do like a little time lapse for Patreon of like my next nail art. Maybe I'm thinking about it, but but also it's because I'm also having to edit stuff for school. But also I have a new episode of Light the Fuse recorded. I just need to edit it. It'll be uploaded sometime this weekend. It is Light the Fuse, all in and out. Get it? Like In and Out Burger, but because there was all in and all out, we did a double recap. So, because they were a week apart from each other. So I was not about to do a whole show for just all in and then a whole show for all out. So we just did In and Out, all in and out. So look out for that.
Please make that your that's your title.
Oh, that is I officially called it that because I was like, In and Out's pretty good. Obviously, it's not Burger, but it's pretty good. And all in, all out, In and Out. I was like, it's perfect. I have to call it that. I don't know if I'm gonna. Well, maybe I can get away with using the In and Out logo for the thumbnail, but I'll have to figure something out.
Yeah, you'll have to probably tweak it a little.
Oh, I'm gonna take out the burger part. I just want the actual letters, so I think I can get away with that. Oh, but yeah, that's what I got going on.
All right. I can't get this out of my throat. Choking now. Usually it's just a gig, but I actually couldn't breathe. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Katie2013. The link tree in my bio will take all things ShElite Showcase, including Patreon.com/ShElite Showcase. You heard that right, folks. For just $3 a month. It also looks like an E for ShElite. I didn't do it on purpose, but now it makes sense. For $3 a month, or listen, ShElite, Elite, it's all there. East Coast, me, it makes sense.
I'm not on any coast, but
Savannah's south. Yes, for $3 a month, you will get exclusive non-wrestling podcasts. The first one for September will be out, or will be filmed on Friday, which means I will get it out next week. It is a Law & Order SVU podcast panel thing that we're going to do. We're just going to talk about Law & Order SVU. It's me, and I'll just tell people now because this comes out tomorrow. It's me, Reek, TC, and Vince. So we're just going to talk about Law & Order. It's a good panel. We all love SVU. And like I said, I have the next ones lined up for each month. So you'll be getting that and whatever content Savannah chooses to put on the Patreon as well. I leave that up to her. It is her discretion. This is a shared thing between the two of us. So if you want to support us that way and get more content besides the 800 shows that we do between the two of us, there's a lot that you can watch on youtube.com/ShElite Showcase. You can see all the videos, all the vlogs, all the things. It's great. You can also watch us live and follow us on twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase. Like I said, all the things, guys. It's all there. And let's see. I have that on Friday, Smacking It Raw on Saturday, Getting Offed on Sunday. So that's 4 podcasts in 4 days. Hard as a woman podcasting for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, you're not lying. Tell me when I'm telling lies. You're not.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. See, she knows. She knows. See, she's on nobody's side, but she knows when there's a good quote, and that's a good quote.
Yeah, I'll let it just play. I'm on nobody's side.
She's
no, but honestly, I'm with you there though. I'm like, can we just go for it, bro? Just. Again, that's why I'm staying off Twitter, because I'm like, it's just a lot.
Once that dies down, then it's going to be a great time. Then we're going to get back to happiness.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe, probably not, but whatever. And Twitter world.
That's all in your imagination.
2 SpongeBobs. There we go. That's the best way to end it. Join us next week, guys, for our 2-year anniversary show. I'm so excited. I got some stuff. I'm trying to figure everything out. There will be a year 2 of ShElite Showcase in whatever time minute I end up making it video, like the one I did last year. That'll come out before our podcast on Thursday. So I got a lot to do. So with that being said, thank you guys so much again for watching. We greatly appreciate you and everything you guys do for us. Until then, bye-bye.